Psychology of Money is a book by Morgan Housel, and it sold over 1 million copies worldwide. This is a very interesting book because it does not only talk about investing, but about the way we think about money and the way money makes us behave in certain ways. It shows the whole concept of investing and compounding from a slightly different perspective. In this video, I wanted to go through some key takeaways I got from reading this book. Morgan Housel believes that margin of safety, or as he prefers to call it, room for error, is one of the most underappreciated forces in finance. He writes about pursuing things where a range of potential outcomes is acceptable. He believes that this is a smart way to proceed because the bigger the gap between what you want to be true and what you need to be true to have an acceptable outcome, the more you are protecting yourself from falling victim to an appealing financial fiction.
Cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
He also points out that we underestimate how normal it is for a lot of things to fail, and that the most important part of every plan should be planning on your plan and not going according to plan. And he gives a quote from George Soros. It's not whether you are right or wrong that's important, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. So, if you have a big enough margin of safety, you can be wrong half the time and still make a fortune. As Morgan Housel puts it, there is no greater force in finance than room for error. And the higher the stakes, the wider it should be. In the book, we can read a very interesting story about two great writers, Kurt Vonnegut and Joseph Heller. They are at the party and their host is a billionaire. And Vonnegut informs Heller that their host makes more money in one day than Heller made on his famous book Catch-22 over its whole history. And Heller responds, yes, but I have something he will never have. Enough. And Morgan Housel writes that the hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. Because we can always be unsatisfied, we can always want more. But happiness, as some people believe, is just results minus expectations. So we have to work not only on the results, but also on our expectations.
$22 billion in 3 hours!
He also points out that few gains are so great that they are worth wiping yourself out over. Or, as Warren Buffett puts it, if you risk something that is important to you for something that is unimportant to you, it just does not make any sense. So, finding our enough, finding a place in our life that we can say we are satisfied, may be necessary to stop us from making riskier and riskier financial decisions, and may be crucial to keeping our wealth in a long run. I made a whole video about compounding, so if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description. But in this book, it is named one of the necessary components in becoming wealthy. Morgan Housel writes that compounding only works if you can give an asset years and years to grow. So the time horizon and our ability to not interrupt the process is crucial in building our financial independence. He also points out that good investing is not necessarily about making good decisions. It's about consistently not screwing up. And here we come back to a margin of safety. We don't have to have incredible results, but we do have to stay in the game. We cannot allow ourselves to get wiped out, because that would mean starting from zero. And the whole idea of compounding just does not work in such a scenario. Not knowing the difference between wealthy and rich is a source of countless poor money decisions, according to Housel. And he gives a very interesting view on this subject. Rich is a current income. Someone driving a $100,000 car is almost certainly rich, because even if they purchase the car with debt, you need a certain level of income to afford monthly payments. But wealth is hidden. It's income not spent. Wealth is an option not yet taken to buy something later. Its value lies in offering you options, flexibility, and growth. And I really like the idea that real wealth gives you options and flexibility, that is its power. And in Psychology of Money, we can also read about social pressure, that spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. So you can appear rich, but wealth is what you don't see. And the problem for many of us is that it's easy to find rich role models.
And I will make you richer than the most powerful CEO in the United States in America.
It's harder to find wealthy ones because by definition their success is more hidden. We should be very careful when taking financial advice, because we never know how different the time horizon of this person is from our own time horizon. And that changes everything. For example, day traders just want to sell higher at the end of the day, so the buying price doesn't matter as long as the price goes up. But long-term investors have to look at the price and compare it to intrinsic value. And they don't have to care what a stock does in one day. So they are playing a completely different game. And a takeaway here is that few things matter more with money than understanding your own time horizon and not being persuaded by the actions and behaviors of people playing different games than you are. Okay, so these were my top 5 takeaways from Psychology of Money. I truly think that this is a very interesting book because it is not only about investing, but broadly speaking about our financial independence, how to get to it, how to keep it, and how to enjoy it. And if you decide you want to buy this book, then I would really appreciate if you use the affiliate link in the description, because this way you can support the channel with no extra cost to you. And if you read the book and you found different points inspiring and intriguing, then please write them in the comments. I'm really curious on your opinion on this book. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and if so, then please like it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks again, and bye bye.